I used to love living alone, until the night I saw the shadow in my window. It started like any other Tuesday evening. I had just finished dinner and was settling in with a beer and a podcast, the kind of quiet night I'd come to enjoy since moving into my own place. The wind was picking up outside, rattling the loose window pane, but I barely noticed. Then, out of nowhere, a chill ran down my spine. It wasn't just the cold. It felt wrong. I glanced toward the window, and for a second I could have sworn I saw it. A dark shape, tall and motionless, just outside the glass. My breath caught in my throat. I blinked, and it was gone. "Get a grip," I muttered to myself. It had to be a trick of the light, the porch bulb flickering against the trees in the backyard. Still, I felt on edge, like someone was watching me. The hours dragged by. I locked every door and window, double-checked the deadbolts, and pulled the curtains shut, but the uneasy feeling stayed with me. I tried distracting myself with some late-night TV, but every creak of the old house made my stomach tighten. At 11:37 p.m., my phone buzzed. The notification read, "Motion detected at your front door." I froze. Nobody should be at my door this late. My first thought was to grab the bat I kept by the couch, but instead I opened the app connected to my doorbell camera. The screen showed an empty porch, but as I watched, something moved. Just a flicker at the edge of the frame. It was like a shadow darting out of view. My heart was pounding now. I replayed the footage, going frame by frame, but the shadow was gone. I hovered my finger over the button to call the cops, but hesitated. What would I even say? That I thought I saw something? I decided to turn off all the lights. Maybe if it looked like no one was home, whoever or whatever was out there would just leave. I was sitting in the darkened living room when I heard it. Tap, tap, tap. The sound was faint but deliberate, coming from the window. My grip tightened on the bat as I stared at the closed curtains. My mind raced. Should I look? Or was that exactly what it wanted? Slowly, I forced myself to move. I stepped closer, bat raised, and yanked the curtain back in one quick motion. There was nothing there. Just my own reflection in the glass. I let out a shaky laugh, almost embarrassed by how scared I'd gotten. But then I saw it, not in the window, but behind me. A figure stood at the end of the hallway, tall, dark, and unmistakably there. I spun around, bat raised, but the hallway was empty. My pulse was racing now. Was I seeing things? Was I losing it? I backed into my bedroom, locked the door, and sat on the bed, gripping the bat like my life depended on it. "Pull it together," I whispered. "It's not real." But even as I said it, I heard it again. A soft, scratching sound. It was coming from inside the room. My eyes snapped to the closet. I thought about running, but where could I go? The front door was past the hallway where I'd just seen whatever that was. I had no choice. I had to deal with this now. With the bat in one hand and my phone's flashlight in the other, I approached the closet. The scratching stopped, and for a moment, the silence was worse than the noise. I yanked the door open, ready to swing. Nothing. The closet was empty. I let out a shaky breath, but as I turned back toward the room, I froze. The figure was there again, this time standing in the doorway. I barely had time to react before it moved. Fast. Too fast. I swung the bat, but it was like trying to hit smoke. Everything went black. I woke up the next morning, sprawled out on my living room floor. The front door was wide open, letting the cold morning air drift in. I scrambled to my feet, looking around. Nothing was missing, nothing was broken, but I wasn't alone. On the window pane, smeared in the dust, were handprints. Big ones. Beneath them, a single word was written: soon. I moved out that day. I didn't even pack. I just left. But no matter where I go, I still see them, the shadows, watching me from the windows.